Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang gabi sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Amerika. Good evening, America. My name is Josie Moralidad Zaiman from the Filipino-American Cancer Care. Good morning sa ating mga viewers, followers, listeners dyan sa Pilipinas. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at welcome ngayon sa ating radio show dito sa PHLV Radio on the air with FACC. Siyempre, kasama natin yung ating Vice President for Communications, Jan Andrada. Hi, Jan. We would like to thank everyone, those who attended and watched the concert ng Rio Brothers. Yeah, I'm sure, John, you were not able to come here because of your work, no? But it
Yeah.
was a great success. We have a huge turnout ng mga tao na nanood ng Rio Brothers. And you know, yung mother nila namatay sa lung cancer. And that's why they're very supportive of the Filipino-American Cancer Care. And sa next show natin, we are going to interview yung mga beneficiaries po ng Rio Brothers fundraising concert. And again, on behalf of the men and women from the Filipino-American Cancer Care, thank you so much. Okay? Now, John, do you have something else to say?
Yeah, so I'm coming from New York right now, and nakakatuwa kasi nung napanood ko nga sa video, the people were so excited. So bukod sa nakatulong na sila, nakapagbigay saya pa tayo ng ano sa mga nanood na nag-participate also, 'di ba?
Yes. And of course, we have an upcoming, fashion show event on October 28. Ito yung pinakamalaking event ng Filipino-American Cancer Care. And we have another project, para sa mga walang insurance, walang pambili, or walang, they cannot afford to go to a mammogram screening or pap smear or colonoscopy. FACC is going to have this project, which is going to be scheduled on August 2023. Bantayan ninyo Please follow us, yung mga walang insurance dito, especially if you are living or residing in the state of Virginia. Now, John, if you are going to allow me, I would like to introduce our special guest tonight. Isa siyang community leader, very well respected sa America, as a Filipino-American community leader. He is a prominent New York-based entrepreneur with a business portfolio that encompasses stage events. Wow, magaling pala to sa mga Jan, ito pala yung gusto niya, yung mga mag-organize ng events. Tingnan mo naman ako, parang hindi pa naka-recover.
Grabe yan ang ating guest.
Yeah. So he's also into publishing, printing, graphic arts, advertising, and real estate. He holds a bachelor's degree in advertising from the University of Santo Tomas and has a background in fine arts. Wow. And then in 1970s, he gained recognition as an award-winning art director at Philippine Advertising Counselors. You know, I'm very interested to ask him kasi iba na ngayon ang pag-advertise. I studied advertising. When I studied mass communication, I had that also as one of my specialization, yung advertising. Pero sa panahon ngayon, we are living in a digital world. So gusto ko siyang tanungin how he was able to manage everything, di ba? In the 1980s, in the early 1980s, he immigrated to the United States with his family, utilizing his commercial arts background to establish a strong reputation in the state of Montana. Marami siyang mga achievement and we're going to talk about that later. And of course, yung first wife niya namatay sa cancer and I heard yung kapatid niya may cancer. And he is a big supporter of the Filipino-American Cancer Care. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kuya Fernando Nanding Mendez. Hi Kuya, good evening. Welcome po sa ating radio show On the Air with FACC.
Hi Josie, hi Jan.
Good
So,
evening.
how's everyone? Thank you for having me in your show. And I'm ready to answer whatever you have to ask. So, um, well, if you want me to tell you more about myself, is I'm an art director, and I started doing art during my high school years. And then during that time, I was not sure whether I gonna be in engineering or fine arts because I excel in math. So I said, if I'm gonna be in art school, I should do something and check if I'm gonna win a contest, art competition. And surprisingly, I won first prize nationwide in poster competition in high school. And then I was able to get a little money, which I used in my studies because I was in a poor family. So, but I was able to enter the University of Santo Tomas as a fine arts student, and from then used my skills in supporting myself and making a little work, and I actually I actually won so many contests that I use it as a way of living. So I know how to win
Mm-hmm.
on so many posters, and then anything that I earned in art, I use it to buy camera equipment, and then suddenly I became a photographer of the school um,
Mm-hmm.
school publication, and I made more money because I was competing in art and photography. So I had two sources of income when I was a student. So
Kuya, are you the only artist in the family?
no, no, I have a brother who's really an excellent graphics designer, and during that time I was not even doing sketches. I was just looking at him and say, maybe I can learn from him. So, at in fourth year high school, that's the only time that I started drawing, and then I started winning. And my brother Manny Mendez is my idol at that time because he knows the colors, he knows how to do graphics, he knows sketching. He's all over the place, and kind of become a follower of him, and that is the start of my career. And eventually, I graduated and went uh, to work in link advertising, and from link advertising they discovered me because all of my illustrations were published in the newspaper, so they kind of found me by Filipino advertising counselors and said, who is that artist who's all over the place? So I was doing a lot of illustrations, and then they hired me to become part of the
Mm-hmm.
advertising.
So
uh,
you are more of an illustrator.
I am like many of parts of an art
Mm-hmm.
professional because I did illustrations, I did paintings, I did
Mm-hmm.
graphic arts, I did a lot of logo designs for many corporations, and I just kept on entering competitions because that's the during that time that's my only field of making an income.
Mm-hmm.
So I my artist friends thought said to me that, Nanding, you're not really an artist. And I told them why. you are more of a businessman because you keep on selling us a lot of greeting cards or something. That's another that's another income from me. So
Mhm. But where do you find the inspiration to do all these things, lalong-lalo na ito nga yung gusto mo, yung pagiging isang artist?
no, I thought of that. Thank you for reminding me. I am I'm just gonna say I'm gifted. So it's like anything that I do, I create. I can do paintings in a day. I can do
Mhm.
illustrations in a day. I can my only challenge is the time because I don't have enough time to do all of this. And I can sell. I can most of my art are saleable. It's not
Mhm.
because I like it. It's because it's just it caters to a lot of people.
Mhm.
So whenever we had a group show, I was during the time, I was the first one that people uh, interested in, and they buy it. So I did not keep so much of my artwork because it just goes the moment I create the it's sold. So and there are commission art that of course, I sold because they commissioned me to do portraits. I was very good in portraits. I can remember faces, but not anymore because mm, the memory is not
Mhm.
gonna stay like that
But
forever.
kuya, I think it is because you have a very good imagination. Kasi if you develop that at an early age, of course, it's going to be, no talaga, parang talent na yan eh. And
Enhance.
nobody
Yeah.
can take that away from you because it's also your passion, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
and when I was younger, my grandfather kept on telling me, "What are you looking at?" Because I keep on looking at so far that people think I'm just looking at things, and without thinking, But I don't know. Maybe I I think a lot. Maybe that's I was born to think. And whenever I think of something, I put that on paper. I put it on. I put colors on it. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it's good, and I dream of many many things. And
Mm-hmm.
when I wake up in the morning, I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
So
So
you still have the talent until now?
I do, of course.
You do that every now and then?
Sometimes yes, sometimes not, because now in the business of putting people in
Organizing events.
organizing events. So, uh, and uh, and I like the idea, but sometimes it gets tiring because I have to go to meetings, I have to go to gala event, and then a lot of creative time is wasted because I have to do other things, make a living, make
Mm-hmm.
all of this. So sometimes I regret that I can do other things. I could have just focused on art, but art doesn't really give you so much income when it comes to painting, because you got to be very very focused on it. It's like it's got to be a career, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make it as a career. I made the graphics best side of it as a career, because when people ask me to do a logo designs, I can do it in less than 3 hours.
Mm.
Painting takes more than couple of days. It's
It
like
takes time.
takes time.
Yeah.
I used to do painting for 3 months when I was in school, but I got bored on it, so I did simultaneous paintings. Like I will put 12 canvases in one place in my bedroom, in not really bedroom, in living room, which is larger. I put all those paintings side by side, and when I painted, it's like whenever I handle one color, I color every canvas in one color, and then go back again to. It's like playing simultaneous chess or something. I'm
Yeah.
I'm very good in chess as well.
Oh
So
my gosh. So
because
you're
of
very talented.
my memory at that time,
Oh,
I can
you
memorize.
might you might have this photographic memory. Now,
Mhm.
Kuya Nanding, we're gonna talk more about that. Now, let me ask you first. Itong ano ba your background, and of course, you told us your wife died of cancer. When was that? And can you tell us the her cancer journey?
Oh, she travels a lot. She travels from the U.S., from New York.
Was she also an artist?
No, she's more of marketing person. She sells advertising,
Mm-hmm.
and we were partners in the business. She does all the front end, and I do the back end. And I always guide her on how to do things like talking to people, doing strategies on where to get the ideas. And she works day and night and day and night because we work on two continents, one in the Philippines and one in the US. So whenever this daytime here, it's evening there. So no one, we work daytime here. So at night, she's still awake. She only sleeps a few hours, but she's still awake because daytime here, nighttime here is daytime in the Philippines. So I sometimes she was the president, and no, she was not the president. She was the managing director of Fiesta in America. I appointed her because she knows how to handle clients. And I told her, you can do your own decision. But sometimes, most of the time, she doesn't trust herself in making decision. She still wakes me up. So I said, okay, I thought you're the leader of this thing. So I said, I told her, you can do it. She said, I have a better decision making than her. So, okay. All right. So what do we do? So, so I gave her many guidelines, and she still depends on me, but she's very good actually. So, she was able to handle a lot of clients by her own, on her own. So we were able to manage to run the company until her death in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
We started in 1996. And
Mm-hmm.
during that time, when in 1996, we handled many concerts events. We were very, very energized. We were very active in the community. And we were able to fill Taj Mahal of 10,500 people in 1998. That was the
Wow.
time. That was the time that there was no internet. So imagine that.
Wow, that's in New Jersey, right? Ngayon
Yeah,
wala na
Atlantic,
siya.
is
New
it the
Jersey,
Atlantic City?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Atlantic
you
City,
started this fiesta in America nung what year? What year did you start?
1996.
1996. Wow, that
So
must
how
be like
long? Yeah.
mga 20 years, 'di ba? More
Wow.
than
Mhm.
mga almost 3 decades.
No, no, it's 26 years now, or something.
So more than 20 years, so mga 2 decades.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So before Fiesta in America, or we called it Philippine Fiesta before, um, we were publishers of a magazine that has had a circulation of 20,000 all over the US. That was tough because we were selling the magazine for $3, and not too many people had $3 to buy a magazine every quarter. So we said we can continue that, and so we know who is really capable of spending,
Mhm.
to find out who are the rich people who are capable of contributing to the community, and we can use that as a fundraising strategy, which we're
Mhm.
able to use later on because we were always asking for support. funds and many forms. So we were able to find that out all over the US.
Yeah.
And we know who is active, we know who is rich, who is really true to themselves, that they are not really trying to create some um, another personality,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Sometimes they pretend they have the money, but most of the time they don't, because they cannot even afford to shell out $3 for a community magazine or something.
Yeah.
We did well. We
Mm-hmm.
were very good. We hired many writers from the Philippines. We hired many writers from the US. A
Mhm.
lot of students love it. A lot of nurses love it. A lot of businessmen love it.
Yeah.
And and then
And
I
Kuya, just to follow up the question, going back to your wife, she was diagnosed in 1996 too, or what year?
no
What
no
what
you
year
were
was she diagnosed?
diagnosed 2012.
Oh, 2012. Now, how did you find out about, her cancer diagnosis?
She had when she returned from the Philippines, she complained a lot about her walking too long, and she
Mm.
said, "Why don't you have it checked up?" So she did. That was, I remember it well, because uh, we were very close in this kind of situation, because um, it's a very different thing to to experience that kind of feeling. So in February, when she just came back, and she complained a lot, and so she went to two doctors, actually three. Each one of them had the same prognosis. So it was, she had a cancer in the um what do you call it, uterine,
Oh, uterine cancer, uterus.
uterine cancer. And then
Mhm.
a few weeks or months later, it spread to the breast, first
Mhm.
breast and second breast. So
Mhm.
the doctor said, we cannot treat all at the same time. We have to treat one at a time. So, okay, so that's what we did, and that was in April and May and so on. So, it was treated. The first, the first breast was treated. The second was treated, but the was that
Uterus.
uterine is not, she didn't survive that. So we were in the hospital, like going back and forth many times. We went there. She stayed in the hospital. She was released from the hospital. And then, and the by August time, when we handled the fiesta, her last moment to handle that thing, she put all her energy in the being the chief cook of the fiesta, because she was the chief cook all the time. She loves cooking. She loves feeding people, like 4,000 of them every time. That's a day, for 2 days. So we had visitors from 3,000 to 4,000 a day. And every August, we spent 2 days for that event. And she was in charge about 20, no, 12 assistant cooks, and another 12 uh, helpers. So I did not really go into that department, because I have no interest in that kind of thing. I was more on management. I was the president of Fiesta in America. I I love what I'm doing. There's so many departments that's involved in it, like getting people in the court, managing performers, and a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Now, John, I guess she has a follow-up question. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, so Tito Nanding, where was this originally held at? Sa yung Fiesta in American yung and did you consistently do this during those times na she was already, in the stage of cancer?
yeah, we always do it in Meadowlands, but I'd
Mhm.
like to continue uh, on her experiences on her last days. So
Mhm.
after the fiesta, uh, we went back to the hospital, and that's the
Mhm.
time that she lost a lot of energy because she
Mhm.
already put too much energy in that event, and that was August, and she passed in September
Mhm.
29, which is only a month away, away from our event. So
Mhm.
she was there. I saw her suffering every day. She's like getting weaker and weaker. She was yelling. She was shouting. She was because of the
Oo.
pain, because of the pain,
Mm-hmm.
and
How did you handle that situation?
I kind of we never talk about death. We never talk about uh, getting weak or something. I kind of energize her every day because I was there every day, from morning, from noon, from evening, and then sometimes I sleep there in the bed, and then we joke. Sometimes because I kept on telling her, maybe the doctor is gonna, I'm gonna be the one be treated by the doctor, not her, because they got get confused or something. So
Mhm.
so we had fun in the last moments, and because I kept on talking to her
That's right.
until the last moment that I cannot talk to her anymore because she was intubated. So
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it means at least you have contributed to some of her comfort because you using laughter as the best medicine, so you made her
well,
feel better.
it's an understatement because I was really the initiator. I was really the person who really took care of her. My two sons are not available all the time
Mm-hmm.
because they have their
You
own.
were the caregiver.
I was,
Beside her all the time.
but
Yeah.
but I we have the nurse and we have the other thing, and she told me, uh, she said to me, I was the best nurse for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What
So
did she tell you during those times that she was suffering from the pain of cancer?
she did not show it, but I was the one who keep on making that, that you have to press something to put more volume or more medicine to
Painkillers.
killer. I was the one who does that, who did that,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and it's one of those things that I remember very well. I have recordings of everything every day because I want that to be remembered by my kids, something. And we have pictures, a lot of pictures. We before she was confined, we went to many churches, and we were able to talk to our priest friends, and we were able to talk to a lot of friends, but she didn't want to be visited in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
She,
Was she afraid to die?
she didn't show it.
Oh, she
Mhm.
was very strong, huh?
Yeah,
She
brave.
she thinks she can survive.
Mm-hmm.
She is like a very, very stubborn person. Like she doesn't want to die.
Mm-hmm. How did you tell your kids about her cancer diagnosis?
And there are people, there are persons who doesn't really want to face this thing because it's very painful to them. So I kind of left it to that because although we talk about it, and they just can't say anything because they cannot do anything. It's an act of God or something, and they know she's gonna pass away, but there's really nothing they can do. But they're there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Jan?
Yeah, so Tito Nanding, as I understand that your wife passed away from cancer, you also have a sister who also suffered from breast cancer. Can you tell us more about it?
Mm-hmm. Is she here in the United States?
Well, um, there I I have a sister-in-law,
Mhm.
two sisters-in-law who had cancers, who but they were able to overcome that in the Philippines.
Mhm.
So, and then I have a sister who had a cancer, but she was able to survive that. And I have another sister in Virginia who has a cancer, and she was able to survive that too. So you're talking about four people who had cancers
Wow.
in the
But
family.
survivors. But they are survivors.
Survivors, yes, survivors. Yeah.
Kuya Nanding, ano ang epekto sa'yo or ang impact sa'yo ng cancer? Kasi yung mga loved ones mo, they experience it and then you lost your wife from this horrendous disease.
It's a big impact, of course, because who knows, if you belong to a family who have cancers, you might be uh, involved as well. So uh, I take it one day at a time and say maybe I'm not part of it. But I sometimes I think there are many ways to die. You can die in accident. You can die by somebody killing you, or disease, or plague, or this COVID alone is so
Mm-hmm.
bad. I have many friends who passed away during the 2 year thing. So, and then I said to myself, I don't want to work anymore. 3 years ago, I stopped working. I don't want to
Mhm.
deal with this chasing money anymore. But
Mm-hmm. In
is
America, it's easy. It's easy to earn money if you have that energy, if you are industrious, right? But we also have to take care of ourselves.
well, actually, it's very hard to make money because
But
anywhere,
it's
anywhere in the world
Kuya
is
Nanding, if you're in the Philippines, it's really hard.
Compared to the
Here,
Philippines.
yes. Here, if you're not very choosy when it comes to work, the job is there.
There's always one waiting.
exactly because in the Philippines there are not enough employers. That's the problem.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Okay. So, and then the economy is bad because
Mhm.
only the rich people have the money, and most of the rich people there don't even work. So it came from their parents or
Mm-hmm.
came
So you
from.
mentioned that there was a time you wanted to, stop working. 3 years, di ba? Sabi
No,
mo nga.
I stopped
After
working.
the COVID, yes.
I
Yeah.
stopped working, but during that during that time when that I remember it well, March 19, 2020.
Yes, I remember that
That's the
date.
start of when
Lockdown.
people during the lockdown. But
Mhm.
when that happened, I'm an employer. I never, as an employer, um, I I usually have your people stop working too, but they still work with me on a home basis thing. So I never stopped paying them since the COVID, but I was the only one working in the office. So my office and my house is only 20 minutes walk. So I always did the walking at that time. So if you look at it, uh, when I did that, there were no people in Manhattan on the
Right.
streets.
I remember,
I
yes.
was the only one I can see. I have pictures to show that there were no people walking except a few, maybe. I can count it like one, two, or four or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And then when I go to the office, I had my best life because I can see what's going on. I can see my table. I can see what's missing. And then after a few months, maybe 6 to 8 months, I did an extraordinary thing. I
Mm-hmm.
I bought a canvas which is 9 feet by 12 feet. And then I did my sketching and I said, okay, what can I do about this COVID? I
Mm-hmm.
said, there's really nothing I can do except uh, put that in my art.
Mm-hmm.
So I I went to a shop that can produce me a 9 feet by 12 feet that I can use it as a ceiling painting. So
Wow.
so for 1.5 months I was sketching on what to do. Could it be just an art design, just a graphics, or just a abstract, or just a collection of many tiles texture? So
Mm-hmm.
I had many choices. So I said, wait a minute. I've been to Italy 4 times and I've seen so many things there. A lot of Renaissance paintings about angels, about priests, about some. Why can't I put together a collection of many angels that that is really good to show it in my canvas? So I did research. I opened the books. I went to the internet and said, I'm gonna do a collective art of many angels to fight the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you're here in New York, I can show it to you. But I have a picture that I can share, but I don't know how to share it in the Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Yeah. Kuya, I just wanted to follow up this. You came from a family with a rich artistic heritage. Your father, Jose Mendez Jr., was an architect and furniture designer, while your grandfather, Ricardo Marcelino, received the famous award for cinematography and special effects in the Philippines 3 times. And then your uncle, Tomas Marcelino and cousin Ramon Marcelino were also famous awardees for cinematography. Ang galing-galing naman, kuya, ng pamilya niyo, ah. You're very artistic, no matter what.
Yeah,
Born
and
with a talent.
very impressive, diba? It runs in the family.
yeah, my grandfather was the one who did the Darna
Mm-hmm.
films,
Oh, the original Darna.
original Darna, yeah. And the animations were done by my uncle.
Mhm. So it
So,
runs in the family, itong pagiging artistic dyan.
well,
Yes.
I I told you I'm gifted, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Kuya,
got
I
it.
have a question since we're talking about your wife who passed away from cancer, and now we have this radio show on the air with FACC about cancer, cancer advocacy. Do you have also some arts that, subject matter is about cancer?
Um, Not yet because I kind of stay away from sadness,
Mm-hmm.
and that is something that it's very difficult for me to do. I'm a happy person, and
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I love happy colors. But there will be a time to answer the question. There will be a time that I can start doing things that is still in my mind, memories that stay with me, and I would like to do justice if I do that. Is it going to inspire other people? Is it going to be a good piece to look at. We've seen Spolarium. Spolarium is done by Juan Luna. It's about suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So difficult to hang that in your living room, but it's a very nice piece of art.
Right.
That is something that, and but it's also shows the strength. It also shows the survival. It
Mm.
also shows a lot of things. But combining happiness and sadness is the most difficult thing to do if you are talking to an artist. It's
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
very difficult. You can
Okay.
do
So
only one. Is it either sadness or happiness?
And you're not ready for that yet, yung mga
I
sadness na yan.
I am not ready because I'm still alive. I'm still living. I'm still would like to portray good things in life.
Mm-hmm. Let
yeah.
me ask you this, you accomplish a lot of things being a Filipino American leader in the United States, and now si Ate Laura, she's also very well accomplished, and you help a lot of Filipinos, and just organizing events is a big deal. Now, my next question is, do you still have hopes and dreams? May mga pangarap ka pa ba?
Difficult question ba yun?
No, no. Both of us are workers. Both of us would like to accomplish a lot of things.
Mhm.
Laura just won the highest award that Filipino American can receive. She wants the Pamana Award in the
Yeah.
Philippines, a presidential award. Not too many people can do that.
Yes. And not
This is
only that, she has that beautiful personality. I love
Oh,
her
yes.
aura, her
Oh, yes.
personality, her demeanor, when
yeah.
she talks to a lot of people. At ang
Mhm.
ganda-ganda pa dyan, ha?
Yes,
How did you
nako,
meet her? Where did you
complete.
meet her?
She's a happy person, and I told you I like happy people. And she's lovely.
Mhm.
She's very good in her profession. She loves to work like I do. I love to work, and I like to be left alone, and she likes to be left alone the same. But we are loving each other every day, and
Mhm.
we always have a good time in going to dinner and some shows and traveling. We travel a lot. We went to Europe many times.
Cannes, you went to Cannes.
We went to Cannes because I was
Mhm.
selected as one of the jurors in one a little
Film.
film
Mhm.
thing. But the film awards, the film selections were based on film done in iPhone. So
No, wow.
and they were very very creative. You give
Mm,
me that is something that if you give an iPhone to a professional, he will do a lot of things with it.
yeah.
You don't need a very good equipment. You can give me an automatic camera like Kodak camera, and I'll give you a very very good shot of something. So it's about the brain, it's about the skill
Yeah.
of a person, not
Right.
not the equipment.
Mhm. Yeah, it's the
Mhm.
creativity that inspires people
It's
to
And
about having a
do
good
more.
eye.
Yeah.
there are many good brushes. There are many good colors. How
Mhm.
are you gonna use it? If you don't know how to use them, then you're not a good artist.
Mhm.
And how to mix colors is another thing.
Oh, yes,
It's a
true.
skill. It's a skill.
Mhm.
You only have three colors: red, white,
Mhm.
red, yellow, blue, and pop
Yeah.
Primary colors, yes.
white.
Kuya, we have some beneficiaries, in the Filipino American Cancer Care. And remember, John, we have Alana.
Mhm.
She passed away last year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she sent some of her artworks
Artwork.
dito sa
Yeah.
America. And it is because during that time that she was, depressed, because one of the things that you go through when you are, when you're fighting cancer is the mental illness,
To- It's a
right?
depression
Yeah, the
and
depression
yeah.
and everything. So what she did during those times that she was in the hospital, she just keeps on doing some sketches and paintings.
Mm-hmm.
And she expressed herself on those paintings.
That's right.
And we actually, Kuya Nanding, we were able to sell those paintings.
Mhm.
Pinadala niya dito from the Philippines. And she was only 20 years old. She was full of spirit, but then, cancer took away her life and her
Mhm.
future.
Mhm.
Right.
So maybe someday, once na you get inspired and you could share, those paintings that you'll be doing, and inspire people that fighting cancer is really something that each one should have once afflicted, 'di ba? Just like
Mhm.
your four sisters, sister-in-law and two sisters who have overcome cancer.
And we are
You
grateful for Kuya Nanding because when we had that event sa New York, he was
Yes,
there to support us. And it
very
was,
much. Yeah.
I met him before. We met already at
Mhm.
the White House, remember, with the Filipino
Mhm.
History Month and Ate
Mhm.
Laura. But it was
Right.
so nice of you, Kuya Nanding, to, give some donations to Filipino American Cancer Care. And again, we would like to thank you for that.
Yeah. After this conversation, now I'm thinking of putting together a couple of art regarding cancer. So I can be very creative about this. Maybe I can donate some of the paintings or some sketches uh,
Mhm.
for a good cause. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yan na,
And I really would
lumalabas
like
na.
to attend yung event niya sa New
Yeah.
Jersey. You're going to
Oh,
have it
yeah.
this year again, Kuya?
Please
Uh,
mention about it, your fiesta in America.
can I do that?
Of
Yes.
course.
So we have Fiesta in America People's Ball on August 13 at 12
Mhm.
at Marriott International Newark Airport. Marriott Newark International Airport. And it's going to be attended by more than 300 people, could be 400
Will you have
leaders.
celebrities?
We have lined up a good show, and lots of people might enjoy that show, but we're
Mhm.
still keeping it in our in our closet, whatever, and
Mhm.
then we will announce it later on. So this will be a good show. A lot of selected few will be awarded there
Yeah.
or empowerment awards by People's Ball, and it's gonna be there's a lot of dancing, there's a lot of networking to be done, and there's of course food and just being there. So
Mhm.
and then we have the Fiesta in America 1 week after, which is gonna happen on a Saturday, August 19, which starts at 10 o'clock. There will be a mass. And there will be a Santa Cruzan parade inside the second biggest mall in America, which is called American Dream. And
Mm. Where is this located?
it's in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
New
So
Jersey.
we are expecting about 10,000 Filipino Americans plus 50,000 more visitors of the American Dream who shops around, who plays around, and we would like them to be Filipinized.
Mhm.
Something
Right.
we
Yes.
would like to convert the entire.
So you have vendors, Kuya?
Oh yeah, about
Mhm.
less than 50, and
Yeah.
um,
Well, I'm thinking right now, maybe we can sell some books from the Filipino American Cancer Care. Is that okay if we're gonna be one of the vendors? Kasi meron kaming mga libro
of
na
course,
like
Yes.
you're welcome.
Cookbook,
cookbook. I have also a book. Ano
Yeah,
pa?
the journey.
T-shirts.
you're more than welcome.
Yeah, because we want to raise money for our cancer patients.
I'd like to help. Um,
Yes.
and hopefully you can help us also spread the word around to your viewers, followers, and your fans,
Mhm.
and to visit Fiesta in America and attend also the People's Ball on August 13.
At the same hotel sa
So
Marriott.
the Marriott is the People's Ball will be in Marriott, in Newark Marriott International Airport. The other one is in East Rutherford, uh, in American Dream Mall. Yes.
Mhm. Okay. Now, Jan, we have 5 minutes left.
Yeah. So thank you, Tito Nanding, because you've shared so much of your, things na hindi natin na pag-uusapan in common conversations, and you have also brought inspiration, especially to the artists na who are also taking inspiration from their life experiences. So you
Not
are a mentor, you are also an encourager, and
yeah.
you can share your talent. At saka hindi ko pa pala na banggit na you mentioned before that you also won the logo of Montana. Yun ang isa sa mga, 'di ba, pinagmamalaki mo noon na I'm so impressed, and yun nga, bihira sa mga startup na self-made person ang nakagawa ng gano'n, and it's a pride, it's a Filipino pride na nakagawa nun.
So
Really.
also to other people, not too many people knows I'm an artist. Not too many people
Mhm.
know I'm an art director, and not too many people knows that I designed the logo of PIDCI or something.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
there are many things that a lot of people should know
Yes.
about me, but these are things that I can only answer if only was asked. Something. It's like
Mhm.
I'm not gonna volunteer that I'm.
They have to know you more, 'di ba? Yung mga nakakaalam nun exactly
Yes, they have
who
to
knows
talk to
I
you.
know,
exactly.
John, you probably know more about
Of
me
course.
now
Mhm.
than before, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
really. So the more that we get to know you, the more that we know the
Mm-hmm.
person,
Yeah.
that you have a big heart, and
I'm,
fun loving.
I'm trying, trying.
Kuya, sa mga anak mo, may mga sumunod ba sa yapak mo?
They are really gifted as well, but
Yeah.
they prepare other fields. One is in marketing, one is in the internet a lot. So I cannot I blame them because they have their own thing. No one taught me how to become an artist, so no one is gonna teach them how to become an artist. But I encourage them. But I think they are in a different road of growing up. So let I believe in I believe in the best road taken. So that's about it. I
Okay.
cannot force people to be like me.
all we can do is inspire people, di ba?
You can only inspire them with your artworks.
Yes,
No.
and we look forward to the beautiful painting that you will show.
That
Sana
will
in
be my
FACC.
next that will be my next project. I wanna do something about cancer care.
Wow!
Mm-hmm.
'Di ba, lumabas na naman ang creativity, at nagsa-start na naman sa kanya sa mind, sa
Yeah,
creative
because
mind.
there's not because I like it, because there's a need.
Mhm. Oh, yes. That's definitely.
Because you want to inform people that there's something strange about this disease and it has to
Mhm.
be taken care of.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, Kuya, ha, among the Asian countries, no, sa mga Asians, Filipino, yung mga Filipino talaga we have that highest number of cases, lalong-lalo na sa breast cancer and colon
Mhm.
cancer.
Mhm.
It's a
And as
fact.
and as young as how old yung pinakabata nating
We have
breast
10-month-old
cancer?
ngayon na
Uh,
beneficiary.
are there
Oo.
any studies about this? Because if
Yes,
that's the case, could it be the food? Could it
I
be the
think so.
environment?
It's the food and the lifestyle.
I can tell you right now what is causing it is the processed meat,
Yeah.
processed food.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
why I'm staying away from processed food. I would rather have something fresh. Let's say I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
can eat chicken without
Mhm.
being processed or something.
Yeah. Well, in my case, since I was diagnosed with cancer, sabi ko,
Mhm.
okay, I'm gonna eat everything I want. But now I'm back to eating, I'm not eating rice anymore.
Conscious. Yeah, conscious
Yeah,
na
I'm
sa
I'm
diet.
in strict diet na naman.
The other things, the environment could be the soil. Let's say
Yeah,
Yeah, but
gas,
the
but they're
energy.
water.
saying also they're also saying stress is a very big contribution contributory.
But
But paano
I'm not sure kung kasi
yeah.
kuya, when you're
Of course,
enjoying something, like for example, you're very busy, di ba? You're also
Mhm.
stressed, but you're
Mhm.
enjoying it. How can you say
Yeah.
it's very stressful when you're enjoying what you're doing?
I'm not stressed. I don't
I'm not stressed.
I don't I don't want I try not to feel stressed because
Yeah.
I can always finish a thing. I'm not in a hurry.
Mhm.
Even if I'm driving, I try not to be stressed because there's a reason why people get late. They late in their journey. They you see there might be an accident, so
Mhm.
they stay away from being rushed too
Mm-hmm.
much. So take a deep breath and see what's going on and
Mhm.
stop talking, stop working, and just stop.
And keep
And
smiling and be happy.
Right. And
that
meron ngang meron nang lalabas na talent ulit ni Tito Nanding that when he throws party, 'di ba Tito Nanding, you wanted to share your humor.
my when I was born, my mother told me I didn't cry.
Mhm.
I
Mm.
and
Bakit?
You did not cry?
he said I was laughing at the doctor, so he slapped me.
Oh,
That's
'di
a
ba?
joke.
Yeah. Ganyan si Tito Nanding pagka ano na, pag
Seryoso
ginanahan na
talaga,
siya.
ha? Oo.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kuya Nanding, thank you so much. Lastly na lang yung message mo sa ating mga viewers, listeners, mga followers dito sa PHLV Radio on the air with FACC.
Well, thank you very much, Josie, and thank you, John, for having me. And the lessons in life is just be happy, have a good time, and don't be stressed out. Don't try not to, because everyone's stressed anyway. So it's a good thing. Have a good person with you. Make love, not war. Thank you.
Wow. Make
Peace yan.
love, not war. That's right. Thank you so much again, Kuya Nanding, and best regards kay Ate Laura, no?
Yes.
And also, John, thank you so much sa ating mga listeners and supporters. John?
Thank you so much, everyone. And of course, for Filipino American Cancer Care, you could visit our website and you could know more
Filmcancercare.org.
.org, and then you could know more about our advocacies and projects and future
Yes.
programs.
Yes. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. At mabuhay po kayong lahat, and we will see you again dito pa rin sa PHLV Radio.